What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. In this video, as you can tell by the title and the thumbnail, brand new data download came over on the JP side of the game, bringing along information of the brand new Sugo Fest exclusive character that will be arriving on the 30th of November 2018, being Sulong Carrot. So after the massive hype of the anime episode that came out like last week or the week before, a lot of people have been waiting for Sulong Carrot to be announced or revealed for One Piece Treasure Cruise, and we are finally getting it here today. So in today's video, we're going to be breaking down Carrot herself, what she does, my thoughts and opinions on her, whether or not she's going to be a top tier character. She's very, very interesting in the way that she works. So let's go ahead and get straight on into this video. Before we get into that though, big shout out once again to Anton, who has actually gone ahead and data downloaded all of the assets in terms of the new badge, including the artworks and stuff. So big shout out to Anton. Link to his Twitter account will be in the description down below. Big shout out to him, but let's go ahead and get straight into the video. So I'd like to introduce you guys to the brand new Sugo Fest exclusive character arriving on the 30th of November on the Japanese version of OPTC, being Carrot, the Sulong Carrot. So this is amazing. I love the artwork that they've put for not only just her 5-star, but her 6-star artwork as well. Both versions of her artwork look phenomenal. Really top-notch stuff from the Treasure Cruise team. So here we have Carrot. So she is going to be a quick fighter slasher character. It's actually kind of funny that they bring out this character now, because I actually was thinking of making a Carrot legend concept with her Sulong form. I did think she was going to be a quick unit. I didn't pick that she was going to be a slasher character specifically. That's a very obscure pick, but it does kind of make sense because of her claws, and they get elongated when she becomes the Sulong form. And if you guys have seen the One Piece episode where she becomes Sulong, you understand why that she actually has these classes, and I think that it's a pretty good fit for what she actually does. Now, in terms of her statistics, these are her limit break stats. So you can see that once she's fully max level with her limit break, 4120 HP, 1805 attack, and 380 recovery. So all of the stats just are amazing off the bat. 2005 attack when you feed her attack cotton candy. With her actual abilities and what she does, there's no need to actually give her recovery candy, so she's going to have 4620 HP as well when you feed the recovery, or the HP and the attack cotton candy. So just straight off the bat, her statistics are very, very good for a legend character. 55 cost like most other legends, and 5 socket spots, of course. Carrot's captain effect will go ahead and state that she will reduce all cooldowns by 2 turns at the start of the fight. This is very, very key for what she actually does. Also, for the first 12 turns of the fight, all regular attacks are going to ignore defensive effects, very similar to Legend Blackbeard's captain effect. However, your crew's defenses are null, so this means that you can't use a damage reducing effect, hypothetically, like if you go ahead and use, I don't know why you'd use him, but like Fortnite Smoker, right? Where you use his special ability to reduce damage taken by half for 1 turn, or for 3 turns, or whatever it was. That will not work on this specific team. You cannot use any damage reducing effects or damage limiting effects on your team with Carrot as your captain. They will not work. Very similar to Legend Blackbeard, he has the same sort of mechanic. You can go through barriers, but you cannot put up any defenses on your side of the team to, you know, mitigate damage from the enemy. So this is kind of a really good balancing factor with this type of effect. So just with that alone, 2 turns of cooldown, and the first 12 turns you can do all these crazy through barrier shenanigans. But her actual boost, she boosts fighter, slasher, striker, shooter, and cerebral. So the first 4 classes are obviously very similar to Legend Blackbeard, and her other class that she adds is cerebral. So I actually do like that she is also a cerebral booster as well, because if you have to just use those 4 classes, that would be kind of hard. But the fact that she does include cerebral makes building teams with Carrot a little bit easier. Now this means that she will boost all of those classes by 2 times, meaning that if they have both of these classes, they will be a 4 times attack multiplier. Remember, this will only last for the first 12 turns of the fight. Now also, on top of the attack boost of 4 times attack, if they have both of these classes, she'll also go ahead and increase your matching orb rate, which does make it a lot easier to clear content with Carrot as a captain. But after the 12 turns have expired, and you know, this means that after this period, your attack boost will go down to a 2.75 times boost with both classes. I believe that's what it states. I'm not too sure if it means if you have both classes, it goes to 2.75 times attack, or that every single one of these classes will be just 2.5 times attack. So if you have like a striker and like a driven unit, then it would be 2.75 times attack flat. But not too sure if you need both of those classes to get 2.75 after those 12 turns. But the way that this character is built is you try and beat the dungeon as fast as you possibly can within those first 12 turns, so that you do not lead up until the 2.75 times multiplier. So the way that she's actually working, it just means that just straight off the bat, she will most likely not be able to take on some of the more difficult training forests, or basically just any of the training forests really, because, you know, there are 20 stages. You just can't do it in 12 turns. So straight off the bat, Carrot is immediately going to be having trouble clearing some of the training forest. However, her special ability is actually pretty cool in the way that it works as well. So we'll go through that in a little bit. But the thing is Carrot is still going to have a couple of issues with the fact that team building could be quite a problem. Even though, you know, once you do build a good team with Carrot, it is going to be quite powerful. And the fact that she's a 4 times attack captain, she goes through barriers as well, like, you're not going to have problems clearing content once you have a good team, but actually building the team itself is going to be quite hard with Legend Carrot as a captain. But when you do have her as a captain and you are clearing content extremely fast, I think for most people who are high leveled in this game, they're going to love this particular Legend character. And if you are new to the game, I feel like this is not going to be a good Legend for you, because it is a much better Legend to have on already an established account with lots of units available to them, so that they can build their teams a little bit easier. If you're just starting off an account, building a team with specifically fighter, slasher, striker, shooter, and cerebral characters is going to be very, very difficult, because each unit on your team needs to have both of those classes. So I think for a very new account, this is going to be not a really good Legend for them. But for an already established account, I feel like they're going to be able to abuse Legend Carrot in some really crazy ways. Moving on though, let's quickly discuss her special ability. So at this current time, I'm actually not too sure what her starting cooldown is, but we know that at max limit break and max skill, she goes down to a 12 turn cooldown, which is very, very nice. And remember that when you are running Carrot and then like a double Carrot captain, that's 4 turns of cooldown reduction, and then you have essentially 6 turns of cooldown reduction when you have your specific team with the cooldown sockets, of course. And if you want to go the extra mile, you could use the Blackbeard ship as well to reduce your cooldown a little bit more. If you are able to build a good team with that, that's actually pretty cool that you could do that. You can get some crazy cooldown reduction. So 12 turn cooldown, and she will state that for fighters, slashers, strikers, shooters, cerebral characters, you get a 2 times orb boost for those characters. Now remember, with her captain effect, you're going to get a much higher chance to actually receive those matching orbs. So you get the 2 times orb boost. She also reduces cooldowns by 2 turns as well, so that's further cooldown reduction, making her a very, very speedy captain, and also will make quick recovery and tandem orbs beneficial to your crew. So this further enhances the ability for you to get matching orbs to further boost those orbs with the special ability alone. There is a little bit of a caveat here as well, the fact that it states that if she is a crew member, so she's not your captain, and you activate the special, she becomes your captain for 1 turn. Now, for some teams, this might not be that useful, but in certain teams, you could actually fit this into really cool situations, because she'll just make it, you know, I think it would still work if you activate the special ability, and let's say you've already passed 12 turns. I'm not too sure if this counts it as like turn 1 again, or let's say, if you're in a training forest and you activate this special as a sub on the final stage, will that make her go to a 4 times captain? I'm really not too sure about that, but if it does, that'd be actually pretty crazy. But I have a feeling that there's like a turn counter whenever you start a dungeon, and I feel like once it's past those 12 turns and you become the captain in the middle of the adventure, I think it'd just be a 2.75 times captain. But either way, if you are able to, build some pretty cool teams with this, you could get just an immediate 4 times captain in the middle of the adventure, which would actually be pretty crazy. And the fact that she goes through barriers as well, that's another really cool thing about this character, is that you can actually build teams to bypass barriers on certain pieces of content, on certain stages. So this is really cool. I'm actually really content with how they've gone ahead and built Legend Carrot, and she fits extremely well with how she is in the anime and the manga, where she's trying to beat up as many enemies as she possibly can before the timer basically runs out on her Sulong form, and it fits so well with what they've done here. I'm a big fan of this character. As I said, I do feel like people with already established accounts are going to be able to build better teams with this carrot, and it's very similar to Katakuri in that kind of fashion, where Katakuri is actually a pretty good legend, but he only really works well on like already established accounts because they can build a lot better teams with Legend Katakuri. And I feel like Carrot is definitely in that same fashion, where I don't really recommend re-rolling an account with Carrot because you can't really build that many good teams with Carrot, but either way, I am actually a really big fan of how she works. She's kind of like a combination of Hody Jones and Blackbeard and Katakuri. It's a really weird combination, but I'm a big fan of it. So let me know your thoughts and opinions on the Sulong Legend Carrot down below in the comments, guys. I'd be interested to see what you guys think about it. Finally, we're getting Legend Carrot. Definitely a legend that a lot of people have been wanting to get for a very long time, and she actually does come along with the batch. You can see it's Bavaro, Galette, Opera, and also Stussy, so it's going to be a pretty interesting batch. Currently this time I'm not too sure what the batch actually does, but I just wanted to give you guys this information on Legend Carrot because I know that's definitely the character that a lot of people have been waiting for. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. If you guys did, make sure to smack the like button down below, and if you want to stay up to date with all the content I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But other than that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.